Peace and blessings, everyone. This is Classic Citizen CC, over 60 traveler tips and information. And today I wanted to briefly share information regarding the Global Entry program. And this is a program that comes under the umbrella of Customs and Border Patrol, and which comes under the umbrella of Transportation Administration. And it's a program that allows you to waive those long custom lines when you come back into the U.S. You know, those long lines where, got anything to declare? What is the purpose of your visit? What do you know, and all that stuff. So it allows you to waive that, and you just follow the signs that says Global Entry Kiosk, and you just make your way over to there, slide in your passport and do your fingerprints, and it'll print that customs form that typically is given to you when you're coming into a country or you're coming back into the U.S. from abroad. It'll print that for you, and you just hand it to the customs agent, those standing nearby those kiosks. So the Global Entry program, it is a membership program. It costs $100, which is non-refundable, and you also get the TSA pre-check under this. Okay, if you've done any traveling, you may have noticed on your boarding pass that green stamp of approval that says TSA pre-check, which allows you to skip that long line where you have to take off your shoes, your socks, your belt, your hat. If you have any drinks or anything, it allows you to skip that. That is what the pre-TSA does, and this comes under that Global Entry. And of course, the Global Entry allows you to skip the long lines of the customs and border lines. Like I said, it is a non-refundable $100. It is a membership. You do have to fill out an application online. It took me about, I don't know, 12 minutes maybe to do the application. And once I hit that submit button, speaking of button, if you like the content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You ever watch a video all the way through, liked it, and just moved on to the next without even saying I like? I do that all the time. So I'm working on that because there's a lot of good content out there. So if you like the content, hit the like and subscribe button. Like I said, when you hit that submit button for the application, within 24 hours, you'll get a provisional approval email. And with that, you then go on their line and you set up a interview. And now you may see something that says virtual interview. Well, it doesn't exist. It never has existed. No one has never done it because I called because would prefer to have done that because I'm about 45-minute drive to the airport. And I was informed, we really never had that. I'm like, but it's on you. Yes, ma'am, but we never had that. But it's no, it doesn't exist. Now, maybe one day it will, okay, with the way the world is going, social distancing or the lack of or whatever. So anyway, so you set up an interview, and then you bring your passport and your other form of ID, driver's license or whatever. And these interview sites are typically at your international airports in your local vicinity. And so I got there, and I'm sitting there and I'm observing the people coming and going into this secure door. They all had uniforms, all had guns, all had these magnetic badges, and so I get called in, and I'm this big burly guy, big burly guy with a gun, and kind of cute little face, don't know where that came from, but so I go into this office, and as I sit down, there's this big camera, big funny looking camera, and he was around on the back side, and he had two computer monitors and keyboard, and we were talking, and he was asking me information and this and the other, and I think they already had preliminary information. When I was with DOD, I had to have certain clearances, and so there's some information in the cloud anyway, and so I think it's all about the truth meter, not as all about, but I think that's factored in there. And so, did the interview. They fingerprinted me. I was fingerprinted, and then That was it. He says it'll be about 2 weeks before I get my card in the mail. And this is what the card looks like. You see that? Okay. And on the back of this card, there is a trusted traveler number. And when you make your reservations, you make your online reservations either through third party like Travelocity or Orbit or directly with the airline, which is what I prefer to do, directly with the airline. It'll ask you, there's an area for you to put that trusted number and that trusted traveler number, and that is in their database. So each and every time you use their site and you make a flight arrangement, it'll have that. So more often than not, when you have your boarding pass, it'll have the pre TSA approval on there. Okay. Now, granted, TSA, they can say, you know what, on this trip, going at least, we're not going to give you the TSA approval. You will have to stand in line and strip. Okay. Now they can do that. Even though you pay this money and you got this approval and you went through all of this, TSA can say, no, we want you to go through the line. So don't get tiffet, and out of sorts. Just because I remember that happened to me. I'm like, I need, where's my pre-check of my boarding? I don't want to stand in this line, but they're like, yeah, go ahead and stand in line. So yeah, so they have that authority. So like I said, you have to be approved. Not everybody's going to be approved. Like I said, there's some information in the cloud if you've been convicted of drug smuggling or human trafficking, anything to do with coming across the border, bringing things illegally or whatever. Even if you lie on your customs form, and you say you don't have any exotic plants and they pull you aside and see you got something that you shouldn't have, that can prevent you from using or being approved for this global entry. Yeah, so that's all I have. I'm looking forward to my travel and looking forward to, it lasts for 5 years, if I haven't already said that. So, you get to take advantage of this and hopefully be able to skim through these lines. And that's all I have. Yeah, so I think it's a time saving mechanism versus a money saving mechanism. Sometimes you gotta pay for convenience, if you've done any traveling, you know how you dread those long lines. You know how you do. And time you can't get back. Money you can. You can find $1 on the ground, marry somebody rich, or hit the lottery or whatever. But time, once it's gone, it's gone. So, okay, that's all I have. Some would say, okay, Mom, good talk. You guys continue to be safe as the world opens, the variants come in, the numbers go up. Some areas talking about lockdown again. People being vaccinated. It's just, it's a crazy time. Do your part, keeping you and your family safe. Don't rely on anybody else to keep you safe. Don't think that it's someone else's responsibility. It's your responsibility. I will continue to wear my mask and wash my hands and keep my distance as I see other people not. And yeah, so take care.